Hey, good morning. It's Christy Shell. I want to welcome you this morning. This video is about how we fuel our mindset with feeling. So today is our fourth part of our Mindset Mania, of my Mindset Mania. And so I want to invite you to join me. If you don't know me, I'm Christy Shell with Zeal Coaching for Life and Careers. I am an executive career and life coach. I love to work with high school kids, people in life transitions, and business teams, and people who are working on having a meaningful life after retirement. So if you love any of those, please contact me. But today we are talking about Mindset Mania. And what that means is the idea of mindset is what's happening on the inside always impacts what's on the outside, and whatever your mindset is, it dictates everything, and you have control of that. Now, sometimes it takes a lot of work to break some of the old habits or the old thinkings or whatever, and to get yourself to a place where you are having positive momentum and things are happening in your life. But really, things always happen inside working outside, and we underestimate this for a lot of people. Like, we just think we have to have action. Good morning, Kath. How are you, babe? We have to have action always to like just keep that momentum going. But what really needs to happen is, how do we think? How do we feel? And all those kind of things. So today is all about fueling your mindset with feeling. Now, this is a weird concept for some people. They think, I am just cranky. I don't want to feel any other way. Or I think, today is, this job is really hard and I don't like it, and all these kind of things. You can manage that. You can change that, because just like you can change your thinking, you can change your feeling. Now, mind-blowing for some people, super mind-blowing for some people, but you can decide how you want to feel, and it dictates everything about what is going on with you in your life. So everything we want, this is a mind-blowing concept, everything we want for a feeling, okay? So when you think about what you wore yesterday, or what you're wearing this morning, or what kind of car you drive or whatever, all of those things is because you want a certain feeling. I laugh because it's nice and warm here in Ohio, and there are lots of the Jeeps have come out, and the roofs were off, especially a couple days ago when it was 70 degrees. In that car, those people have bought that Jeep for a feeling, and probably it's like freedom and adventure and those kind of things. But everything you want for a specific feeling, okay? And so one of the things is to know what feeling you're kind of cultivating in yourself, okay? So are you trying to think about what you wore yesterday. Was it about being comfortable? Was it about being powerful? Was it just meant to feel good, or make you feel maybe even sexy or whatever? But what you choose everything because you want a feeling, okay? So two of the baseline feelings that we all want are security and to be cared for. So those are definitely like the survivalist, most important ones to a lot of people. And we actually sometimes jump over those when we have that naturally. But for some people, they are still focusing on survival and does someone care about me? And so just to recognize what that is. But anything you want for a feeling, okay? So what is that feeling, and how are you cultivating it, okay? And is it the feeling that you really want? Because sometimes we've talked about focusing on like negative versus positive, but good morning, Melanie, how are you? I know you're friends. It's good to see you both on the call. But so what is really important to you, and why do you want to feel that way? So here's one thing, is if this is kind of a confusing thought to you, we love to play the game, the 5 whys. And what that means is, think about a situation that you were in, okay? And say you're going to a family party or something. Now, you may go in and want to feel accepted or loved, and people are happy to see you, like whatever like that feeling is. But really to think about, sometimes we don't even know what our expectation is, okay? And so when we say, why did this happen? And then you get that answer and you say, why did that happen, right? So maybe you made a bad decision, or you are getting angry or whatever. And sometimes what happens is when we start asking ourselves, why, we will narrow down to the feeling that we cultivated, okay? So we have to ask ourselves 5 whys. So when I'm in my career coaching work with my clients, I'll say, well, why do you think that, being an anesthesiologist is a good idea? So I have a young student, that's what he's interested in right now. Well, I think they make good money, and I'm like, well, why is that important to you? And, because I want to live a lifestyle and I don't want to feel in debt. And I'm like, okay, why is that important to you? Well, when we start narrowing it down, it's that there's a little bit of fear about not being able to support himself, okay? Or last night I was working with a client, beautiful client, and she is, I say, what do you want to feel in, like, with this job, with this thing? And she's like, I want to feel empowered and strong and all those things. Hi, Lisa. And so when I asked her, what if you felt those now? Like, you can actually conjure up a feeling right now. So let me give you an example. So you think, nope, I'm cranky. Nope, I don't think so. But here's what happens. Anytime you're watching television media, like a meme or a funny cat video, that one watch, or even 15 seconds of something, makes you laugh, right? Or makes you angry, or makes you tear up, or you feel sad for somebody. That you were completely fine. You watched this 15-second video and now you feel completely different. That idea of choosing to watch that makes you feel a certain way, okay? So you can do this without media. You can say, for example, you're really angry with your sister or whatever. You've had a fight. And you can think, I am angry, angry, angry. And if you break that thought, you get off of that thought and you go to, but I really love her and she has my back all the time, and am I just wanting to win and be right? You can talk yourself through that, but the feeling can be interrupted, okay, with another thought or a memory, or even like an ideal scenario. So like when you're thinking about going into a tough conversation, or going into a interview or whatever, you can choose how you want to feel. I do this a lot with clients. I'm kind of relax. I kind of open up my energy, and I want them to feel relaxed and open up my energy. And I choose that feeling. I literally choose that feeling, and I bring it into my body. And that's kind of the state of feeling or being that I'm in. And you can do this too with anything, right? I love this idea. When my daughter was young and we were having so much trouble getting her up for school, I would choose a feeling that I wanted that morning. So do I want to be playful? Do I want to be loving? These are the feelings I wanted, right? And I could pick them. So I wanted to feel playful, right? Playful and loving, those are my two. And so what I would do is I would set her alarm to some silly 70s, 80s radio station. So when her alarm went off, I would run in a room and jump on the bed and dance around, okay? And I decided I was gonna be playful and I was gonna be loving. And inevitably that fight that we were having every morning completely changed. And she would grab me and pull me down, and we would snuggle for a few minutes, and then we would start our day in a completely different way. But you can decide to feel this. You can decide to bring this into any part of a relationship that you want. And the real question is, what do you want to feel, right? What feeling do you want to cultivate? This is a huge one with your spouse or your significant other. We get into sometimes this habit of being very critical of them or looking for their flaws, and mostly it's because we're feeling grumpy and like a little, like frictiony and a little out of sorts maybe, and we just we snap at them and we take it out on them. But you can fuel this by bringing the feeling. So if you want to, make them, like, if you want to be connected, you got to spend some time being connected. But not just do it, but to actually bring it and feel it. When you're walking by, do you rub their back, or do you give them a little, hey, I love you, or, a little bit of something? But you got to bring that feeling, and you got to bring that into your body right now, and then you will kind of spread that out. See, emotions are contagious, and we don't know that, but it's not a cognitive thing that we have. So whatever we bring, people absorb and they react from that. So if I go in distrusting, guess what? People aren't going to trust me. If I go in warm and caring, people are going to be warm and caring right back to me. This is the law of cause and effect, of karma, or whatever you want to call it, right? So you really have to decide, what kind of feeling do you want to cultivate in different situations. We get so much in the blame game of, she did this to me, da, 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 and we spiral that into that really negative area. And what we have to do is we have to pick the feeling. We have the power to command that right now, okay? So to think about, what feelings do you want to cultivate? What do you really desire? Do you desire connection? Do you desire security? Do you desire whatever? And you have to bring it into a situation. You can't wait for people to give it to you. They're going to reflect back what you're offering and what you're giving them. So this idea of mindset, of anything you want, can be fueled by feeling. And you can choose and pick that feeling at any moment. Now, maybe if you are literally in depression, or you're in a place of despair, or you're mourning something, these are real feelings, and you really need to lean into them and accept them. I'm not saying you should shift completely and not let that come through you, because when we start to deny those feelings is when they get stuck in us, right? This is where resentment goes. This is what resentment is. This is what ongoing, lingering depression is because we're ignoring the feelings that we need to feel. So that is different than choosing a mindset. The mindset is, I'm going to let myself heal myself, and I need to feel those and make sense of them so they can come and pass through me, and they make life more beautiful because I was in such deep despair and now I can be happy again. So that is kind of not what we're talking about in the sense of just flip your feelings around. That's not what I'm trying to say. But in your everyday life, kind of at that surface level, you can do this, and then that seeps deeper and deeper and deeper in you as you do it every day. And this becomes the feeling that you want to feel every day. Wow, we got some sunshine on there. Sorry. I like that view of the sun coming up. So I apologize. But to really think about how do you want to feel? How do you want to cultivate? Not ignoring real feelings that are needed and cherished, or letting them be indicators of where you may need to heal. But at the same time, we just fondle them too. How do we move out? How do we we shorten that time of negative feeling and cultivate this larger, more productive, more caring, more loving feeling in the world. So, and those are my feelings. So you decide what your feelings are. So the question for today, so the Live It to Love It challenge, which is the idea of we have to live it to learn these lessons. You can't just some talking head talking to you. You have to actually do it so you can see. So sometime today, notice I do this when I get crabby or I lash out, and I'm that's not how I want to feel. I don't want that situation to go that way. And then I change the feeling. I just bring another feeling. I imagine how much, I remind myself how much I love someone. I remind myself that they're human, whatever, and I'm human too, and I make mistakes, but I remind myself, and I start to shift that feeling so that I get a different result from people, okay? So that I get a different place from people. So today, the challenge is, what is the feeling that you are trying to cultivate? What is the feeling that is the direction you want to go, or the response that you want to get from the world around you? Or how do you want to spread that energy to other people? So what is the feeling you want to cultivate? Please share this in the comments. Please share this video with people who might need it today. And really think about, how do I want to feel? How do I conjure up a memory that makes me feel that way, that makes me want to, that I decide that I want to have? So what is the feeling I want to have? And can I bring it right now? I don't need media, but media helps. If you're like, I'm feeling kind of blue, and you watch some cat videos and you start laughing, use that. But decide how you want to feel. Don't just go through life like just feeling. You're like on the roller coaster. Decide how you want to feel, and how you're going to bring yourself to the world, and what kind of feeling you're going to spread. This is Christy Shell with Zeal Coaching. I'm so happy to see you today. This is our fourth part of my Mindset Mania. Not easy for me to say, evidently. And we're going to see you next Friday at 7:30 on Friday morning. It's good to see you. Have a wonderful, incredible day, and pick those feelings well. Thanks.